はずっとできてる。私たちの戦い方ってのを教えてあげる。教えてもらおうか。
Alrighty, welcome back, Chocolatiers. So this one is kind of funny because this was actually my first anime movie in theaters. Now, I've always been more of a reader. Like, I like to read a ton of books. And eventually that led me to comics and then manga. And Chainsaw Man just happened to be one of the first manga series I ever really started when I really got into that side of storytelling a few years ago. And so, I love this movie. The weirdness, the energy, the chaos, it just really clicked for me. And even in the manga, that first big section where things really wrap up, the creator took a break. I had heard there was a movie coming because, you know, they haven't gotten to season 2 yet. They're still got a lot of the manga to cover. And then I saw Mappa's name and I was like, okay. If it'd be cooking. So yes, Chainsaw Man, the movie, what's her name? Reze? I'm telling you, when you read this stuff, I was saying Reze the whole time. So anyways, let's talk about it. So picking up where things left off, Denji is still Denji, broke, dumb, but with a heart. And he's still dreaming about Makima, still wanting that normal life that he's never really had. And then he meets this new girl, Reze. She's very fun, she's flirty, she's actually his age. And she's everything Denji's been missing, and if you've seen the trailers, then you know where this goes. And so, if you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it for you. There is some kind of twist there. And so, yeah, it's really, really good. Even me knowing that this twist happens, it's still a total gut punch, and what follows is a chain of events that are both violent, tragic, and weirdly beautiful. It's the kind of story that Chainsaw Man does best. It's chaotic, but deeply emotional underneath all that insanity. So here's the thing. This was one of the rare times I've actually already knew it was going to happen. This would happen a lot of times. Like, I read Running Man by Stephen King, which they're changing a lot of that, even though it says more book accurate, and like Long Walk and stuff like that. And so this is my first time with it happening with manga, and it was so surreal watching certain scenes and thinking, wait, I remember that exact same line, because it's been a while since I've read this arc. And that connection of reading it before, now seeing it animated, made the whole experience really hit harder. Especially as being my first like anime movie, like watching in theaters, because I ended up missing out on was it Demon Slayer, simply because I actually do just watch that, even though I do own the manga, but I haven't read it. But it's 2 seasons behind, so you didn't get a review for that from me. But I do want to talk visuals, because Mappa absolutely cooked. Every single shot of this movie looks like a painting. The colors, the lighting, the way the action flows is on another level. And it's not just the fights, because the fights are insane, but even the quiet scenes. Like, there's like an incredible pool scene that I'm not going to spoil, but the framing, the movement, the emotion, it's absolutely stunning. And the music here, oh my god, that soundtrack. You could literally pause the movie at any point, and I feel like you could print that out as a poster. That's how good this movie looks. And it also, like I said, soundtrack on another level. I was listening to the pool soundtrack this morning. It was so good. Now, I do want to highlight the soundtrack again, because I feel like people are not talking about that part enough. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Like I said, once again, that pool scene I mentioned earlier, it gave me chills. It's both calm, it's emotional, it's also a little bittersweet. And it captures exactly what makes this story special. It's that balance of chaos and heartbreak, beauty and tragedy, and the music elevates every single scene that it touches. Now, another thing that I really love about this movie, and really about Chainsaw Man in general, of the show, is the pacing. There's no filler, there's no fluff, there's no dragging one fight across like 16 episodes, like a lot of anime that I've tried to watch in the past do. That's usually why I stop. And I feel like the Reze Arc movie feels tight and contained. It gives you just enough build up, lets the emotional stuff breathe, and then hits you with like a wild 30-minute stretch of action and heartbreak before wrapping things up perfectly. It respects your time while still giving you everything that you want. And like I said, I really love that, because a lot of the anime movies that I've watched, or shows, I guess I would say, were like episode 10 out of 20, and they're still like fighting in the same street. And I'm like, come on, buddy. What I think is really crazy is that even in this world full of devils, the humanity really stands out. Denji's longing for love, Reze's internal conflict, Makima's cold manipulation as usual, all feels real. And even though I knew exactly how it was all going to end, it still hurt. That's how well done this movie is. You care about these people, you understand them, you feel for them, even the goofy stuff that you see, and even when a lot of them are monsters. And so with that, this made me fall back in love with Chainsaw Man, because like I said, with a big gap, I haven't read the new, section, like we're having a new character, like protagonist at the beginning, something like that. Something happened. I feel like walking in a theater, I had this weird nostalgic feeling, like I just forgot how much I really love Chainsaw Man. It's violent, it's crazy, and it's also beautiful because it's got soul. The visuals are going to be top tier when you watch this movie. Soundtrack's amazing, and the emotion hits, and the story's very tight. I couldn't have asked for a better way to bring this arc to life. And so with that, I'm going to give Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc, a 9 out of 10. I think it's just that good. It reminded me why I fell in love with the series in the first place. And so, yeah, with that, if you have watched this show, and now you've watched the movie, what did you guys think? Let me know. Comment down below your thoughts. Did it meet your expectations? Did it not? Comparing it to manga, have you read that? Is this your first time seeing a anime movie in theaters too? And with that, hit that like button if you enjoyed. And as always, subscribe for more movie breakdowns and deep dives. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
落ちた。好きな人が2人できちまったよ。